Meet me. All right. Welcome back, boys. And today we're going to talk about something we have not talked about in a very, very long time, which is regular arena. Since I hit Legend, I don't care about arena. I hate it. I think it's boring. But one of you guys on Discord messaged me and said, I don't like doing arena. How do you do arena? Do you still do arena? And the answer to that is yes. You guys know I believe in efficiency. So even though I hate arena, I try to use as many of my flags as possible because those conquest points do add up to a lot of charms. And if you're charm starved and you're not doing arena, that's one of your problems. So I do arena, but I hate it. So I always use the same two teams, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Two easy mode teams that work all the way up to legend, to be honest, where you barely have to pay attention. Either your matches will be really fast or you don't even have to pay attention to them. So I'm not gonna skip anyone just to show that this works against a lot of defenses. We're gonna go down the list. I have my friendship thing, so we'll do 8 matches. So this is team one. This is my Cleave team. Basically, I use this against any Fceci team without a speed initiator because my Oxlots is de-geared because I don't ever use him in RTA. He's like 245 speed. I don't even know what his speed is. It's terrible. So every single Cerise in the game will outspeed him. But teams like this, it's fine because I'm not going to get outsped by a Rowana, right? And this is just an easy mode Cleave team. If I see an FCC and no initiator, basically it's an automatic win because Operator Sigrid basically deletes someone immediately. And the thing is, in this team, based on the defense, you can replace the Cleaver, right? So sometimes it's Opsig, sometimes it's Judge Kisei, heck, sometimes it might be LQC. It doesn't matter. Both of my teams and my second one you'll see soon, both of them have one slot where you can replace one hero based on what the defense has, but everything else you can keep it exactly the same. And I apologize if some of my commentary is not in sync with the video. I actually recorded my voice, or I was talking during this entire recording, and then I realized my mic was muted. I hate when I do that, so I'm recording the commentary while watching the video with you guys instead of in real time because I had muted myself. But you can see that this team worked just fine. There's really zero shot of me losing unless I guess he could have MLDB'd everything. But very easy, very fast, very effortless. So I highly recommend that everyone has at least one Cleave team set up to deal with some of these super Cleave susceptible teams. So I think I hit another one with the Cleave here, and you're going to see this one, Opsig doesn't work, right? Because unless Krau's using that like barrier artifact, there's no barrier, so Opsig is useless. So do we have to change the whole team? No, you just swap out Opsig for Judge Kisei, and it's gonna work fine. It's gonna be easy mode, and that's what you want Arena to be. Fast, easy mode, efficient. You know, if you're gonna go for a legend and you're trying to push at the end of the week, it's a whole different story, but if you're just trying to stay in champion, collect your weekly Sky Stones like I am, I don't really care about getting another Legend Arena frame, so I just want it over as quickly as possible. A lot of my guildies don't even do Arena. A lot of Legend players don't even do Arena anymore, which is fine. My only problem with that is you're throwing away a lot of charms, and I feel like I'm always out of charms, so I can't really justify not doing this. But I know a lot of people don't because it's boring. So that's Team 1. Use that for cleaving. Now I'm going to show you my Team 2. This used to be my SSB Auto team, but this is my new team. So the core is FCC, LR Crow, Arbiter, and where Landy is sitting, you can replace that with whatever you want based on the defense. Now this defense is kind of weird because it has a C, Armin, and a Ravi, which is kind of unusual, but I'm going to show you that this works against just about everything. So I think in this case I choose S10A, which is not normal for me, but because it's such a weird defense, I just put in S10A. And you could manual certain turns if you want, but in general what I do with this team is I'll just be browsing the web, browsing eBay, doing work, whatever, and I'll just click this and immediately click the auto button, and yeah, this team has like a 95% win rate on auto against just about everything as long as I pick the right hero in that 4th slot. Because let's look at what this team has. It has 2 DPS. LR Crow is almost a 3rd DPS. It has team-wide immunity. It has Barrier and Sustain. It has Adamant Aureus. Like, just about the only thing this team lacks is attack buff. So it's just a very solid auto team that easily tackles just about every defense. And this is a particularly boring one because this dude puts C Armament on his defense. But in general, this team is actually pretty fast too, depending on what it is. Certain teams just die in the opener because LR Crow, Arby S3, especially if he gabs, plus like a Landy S3, like it's 4 AoE attacks that come right off the gate. And it's a huge amount of damage. So this is going to be the slowest, most boring one because of the C Armin and the Rowana. I promise you the future ones won't be as bad as this one because again we're losing an entire turn to this immunity crap. But you're going to notice that this whole thing is on auto. I think I do put it on manual for one turn just to blow up this Ravi with S10A because I didn't want this match to drag out. But in general, for those of you who are curious about what do I do in Arena, this is what I do in Arena, guys. Like, I don't ever deviate from these two teams. If I think for whatever reason that one of these two teams can't beat the defense, which is very rare, but it does happen, I just skip it. That's all I do. I just skip it. Like, I'm not trying to go on an 8,000 win streak in regular Arena. I don't care, right? So, if you find that you use these teams and you just can't think of a way to beat that defense, just skip it, and I guarantee you next round you will be able to. Now, obviously, the big question from some of you guys will be, well, what if I can't copy this team, right? Well, if you can't copy it, you can't copy it. But it was more me just answering the question of what teams I do use. But for a lot of you guys, many people, I mean, you could get S10A or Arby for free now, right? Most people love Fceci and use whatever resources they needed to get her. So most people have Fceci too. The only X factor here is the LR Crow. If you don't have LR Crow, what I suggest you do is put in Diene. Diene also works fine here because the attack buff pseudo increases your team's damage. It kind of replaces LR Crow's damage, gives your team more survivability the same way LR Crow does with Adamant and his barriers. It's kind of like a similar role. The only thing you'll lack is immunity, obviously, but again, Diene can cut and do the S2, which at least cleanses one buff. So I would say Diene is the easiest replacement for LR Crow. The top slot you could replace with whatever, and hopefully all of you guys have Arby, and hopefully if you don't have Fceci, just use a different knight. And the general principle should be the same. Obviously it won't be as strong as this core team here. Now we see something like this, right? This is like a full DPS defense. They're basically banking on LQC blowing everything up. The smart thing to do here would be not to bring any dark units, right? But I'm just going to show you that this team works. It's disrespectful to most defenses. I'm just going to bring 2 dark units anyway into an LQC because we really don't give a crap. This offense just kind of works on everything. Last time we used S10A, you'll notice this time we use Landy. So Landy just blows them up here. They're almost dead already. And an LQC bombs into Arby, I believe. Yeah. Arby comes right back. He gabs. Game over. So you could see, it's not even like a slow offense. It's almost as many turns as like a typical Cleave offense. So that was a fast one. We just had to finish off the stupid LQC. Hopefully Landy gets it done here. Boop, boop. See you later.
I will show you greater death.
Alright, so let's move on. Can we keep this win streak up? Now this one was kind of weird. There's a Basar on defense. People don't really run Basar on defense anymore. But again, this team is very flexible. Just replace Landy with Holiday Athene. Nothing else needs to change. Replace Landy with Holiday Athene, click auto. And again, this video is not to make the most powerful, unstoppable offense ever. It's to make the most effortless, brainless offense ever. And that's really what this is, right? Like, again, I don't like Arena, I don't want to think about it. And these are the teams I invented that require the least amount of effort from me. Like, I could tackle a solid 80 to 90% of defenses using just these two teams by swapping out only a single unit in each team. So for those of you who hate Arena, this is really what this video is for. It's not for the people trying to push for Legend and make the greatest Arena team possible. It's for the people who are wasting resources by not doing Arena at all, because you can't stand doing Arena. But if you use teams like this, it's really not that bad. The Cleave team, you can use all your flags in like 5 minutes if you use that Cleave team. Alternatively, if you can't Cleave it, this is a team where you only need to really invest 5 seconds into clicking start and then auto. Other than that, like you can see, all these offenses, I've been on auto. I'm not actually doing anything, and they're just working. Absolutely effortless. And the matches aren't really even taking that long, except for the first one, because it had a Knight and a Soul Weaver with invincibility and revive. So obviously that was going to take a little bit longer. Other than that, these are reasonably fast matches, right? This is basically the second turn. Like, this is LR Crow's second turn, and it's already over. Alright, so it looks like we clean sweeped our page, and this is not like gold or something. At this point, this is mid-challenger, and we have 3 flags left, so we're just going to go ahead. We're not going to dodge anything. We're just going to try to hit some of the weird ones. Like here, there's a Sage Ball and a Maid Chloe, which, again, is not normal. That normal, I would think, for a Arena defense. But again, we just throw in Landy because Maid has a lot of buffs. Click start, click auto, rinse, repeat. Again, you almost don't even have to care what the defense is with this team. Just start, click, repeat, you're done. Alright.
You could try a little harder.
Boom. This team is actually kind of squished. That Arby is going to die to fall in Cecilia Astri. So what I'm talking about. The opener with this team is pretty damn solid. 4 AoEs. And when Arby gabs, sometimes it's just game ending. Okay. This is actually wonderful speed tuning. This was kind of lucky. Arby just S3'd into a skill nullifier on a second life, so this is about as great as it could go. Alright. Sage Ball S3s into Fceci here, I assume.
This won't take long.
No problemo. And just looking at this, we already know it's over, right? This is just like a Landy showcase here. This kind of setup is just begging for Landy to just rip through it. And she does. Their whole team is just straight up exploding, even with this weird Elbrus Fceci. Oh, shoot. Stun the Fceci. Alright. Arby's in cleanup mode now. Sage Ball dies. Alright. Fceci dies. Maid and Arby die. And again, like, it's not even like these are close matches, right? My team's pretty healthy. I don't even think Arby used his revive, did he? And over. 5100, Champion 3 obtained on auto. Okay, we'll hit, I guess, this Landy Politis thing next. I don't even bother to change teams. I guess I don't really care about what this defense is. And again, the classic click auto. Arby gabs right away, so we get some big damage right off the bat. And another thing that some of you newer players might not know is the Fceci LR Crow combo is very strong in Arena offense because basically, like, all these single strip heroes like F10A and stuff, they can't do anything because it'll always strip the barrier. And the funny thing is with LR Crow, it'll strip Fceci's barrier and then LR Crow will immediately reapply a barrier, protecting the immunity yet again. It's just a very strong combination, the two of them together.
I'll make sure you feel
For all these sounds my computer's making.
losing everyone.
Alright. So unfortunately in this case, the speed tuning is not great because my Landy S3's into a skill nullifier, but that's okay. With Nate on the other side, there's just so many buffs that she's going to be resetting like crazy.
I will. No. I must win.
Alright. Ooh, they're abusing this Arby though.
Full frontal assault.
Another S3, this will kill Arby. And this will be a perfect setup. Now this is a situation where if you want, when you see something like this, you could put it on manual so you could soul burn. I don't bother to. It would have been sick here because I even gabbed. Probably would have just one-shotted their whole team right here with that. But yeah, I think that did enough damage, boys.
Follow me.
So we get a little dual attack action from Landy here into an S3, and again, no healer on my team, but we're still much healthier than they are. And this is obviously game over at this point. There is nothing they can do. Arby's gonna clean up. Game over.
I will show you great.
Alright, so I think we have one more flag here. 7 consecutive wins, so I don't remember which one I pick. Doesn't really matter. I think those teams can beat any of these. I guess I picked this top one with the Cerise just so we could try it on a Cerise team. But again, Arby is just such a good cleanup thing because no one's going to really run Extinction on defense. So you could always rely on Arby. And honestly, for this setup, if you put Arby on immunity, this team would be even more reliable. Because against the Politis teams, if they're very fast Politises, they do land on the Arby, because I don't run immunity on my Arby. If I had immunity, even that wouldn't be an issue, and the barriers would protect it. So this team just, was kind of weird and scary at the same time. It does 0 damage. You can see that my team is just basically eating the opener and nothing is happening. Adamantorius. Alright, my Arby does get stunned here, which is a little bit concerning, but whatever. I still can't imagine me losing to this team here. Oh yeah, that's very squishy team. Alright, Landy goes. Boom. T-Cern without an Aureus doesn't make much sense to me, so T-Cern's already dead. Looks like they're going into Arby. The Landy got one-shotted by freaking Fceci. And yeah, it doesn't really matter what happens here. We know it's a wrap. So anyways, I hope that answered your questions about what arena teams I use, my thoughts on arena. TLDR, I hate arena. I don't want to do it. And these two teams are a culmination of that hatred. I don't want to do arena, so I came up with 2 of the dumbest teams possible to minimize the amount of time I have to spend brain cycles on thinking about arena. These teams are brainless. Just swap 1 unit on each one, click auto, be done with it, get your conquest points, and don't be charm starved. So I think we could just end it there. I hope this was helpful to some of you newer players out there. Thanks for watching. Until next time, boys. Peace out.